Alright, here we go with the next Yu. Hope I pronounced that right. It is Yu, right? Nobody's complained yet, so let's go and get into it. By the way, look at how pissed off Yu is. He is so pissed, man. Dude, why are you so pressed? Like, it's just, you're listening to the person give the distance of parameters of the test, right? Like, it's one on one, whatever, right? Like, why are you so intense? I wouldn't say angry. Angry is probably the wrong word, but intense. He's definitely intense. By the way, you can see where I'm at here. Let me show you. It looks like almost 8 minutes in. I backed it up a little bit, but like I explained, at the end of the video. I'm watching like 4 different shows today. This is a third of 4 different shows. It's hard for me to just automatically keep track of what's supposed to be in English, what's supposed to be Japanese. So when I went to the site, it just automatically loaded as Japanese, and I didn't notice until about 8 minutes in. Here's the funny part: I didn't notice until his blue-haired boss spoke, and I wasn't irritated. She spoke, and I was like, "Wait a minute, aren't I usually annoyed when she speaks?" And then I realized I was hearing Japanese instead of English. This is a weird thing, but I noticed this with Neon Genesis. Um, when I'm watching anime, I watch a shit ton of anime. I stop realizing what language they're speaking in. Because when I was watching Neon Genesis, a character shows up and she's speaking English, and I couldn't understand what she was saying. Because I was like, why is there no subtitles? This literally happened. I think I got this on camera. She was speaking and there was no subtitles because it was English, right? And I was like, why isn't it subtitles? Why is there no subtitles? I can't understand what she's saying. Why are they speaking and I can't understand what she's saying? And then about 4 sentences in, I realized it was English. I wasn't hearing the English because I was so used to tuning out or kind of ignoring the audio. Like I would get the tone of voice, but I wouldn't. My mind would not be trying to understand the words because it was a foreign language. My mind just knew it's a foreign language. I'm not going to try to understand the words. So the mind is just listening for tone of voice, and the eyeballs are reading the dialogue in the subtitle, right? And so it's the weirdest experience I've ever had in my life. I had put myself in a position where I did not recognize English was being spoken to me. Like I had to back it up to get what she said. Like it's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Like that's what this. I've said it many times. If you do something long enough, it rewires your brain. I can't watch a show normally anymore. Like I can't sit down and just watch something because I'll notice this when I'm just watching. There's every now and then I'll watch something by myself like Silo. Nobody will ever want a Silo reaction, right? So I watch Silo just for me. I talk while I watch it. I can't turn that off. Like I'm doing a reaction even though there's no camera on me, right? And I'm by myself. It's rewired my brain. And this is probably the most extreme example of it. I was so used to watching Japanese shit, I couldn't understand when somebody just came in and started talking English. And same thing here. I wasn't registering that I was hearing Japanese. I was just experiencing the story, right? Like I was just experiencing the story. Like there was just no awareness whatsoever. I'm not trolling anybody. I'm not like, hey, people want me to do English, so let me do Japanese to piss people off. It's none of that, man. It's like I didn't register that I was hearing Japanese. I was just absorbing the story, right? Like, but in this case, it was visual, reading the subtitles. When there's an English dub, like I'll absorb it with English, right? So it's so hilarious to me. This may only be funny to me. I only realized I was listening to Japanese because she spoke and I was not annoyed. I was ready to. Anytime that bitch opens her mouth, I expect to be annoyed. And then she opened her mouth and she talked and I wasn't annoyed. And then I was like, wait a minute. And then I realized, I was like, oh shit. If I'm not annoyed, I'm not listening to the correct language. That is so funny to me, man. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. So just so you know what the hell's going on. The first 8 minutes is going to be Japanese and I'll switch over to English. So I'm not going to rewatch it. I mean, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. So that's where we're at. At least I figured it out a third of the way through the episode. So we're going on one. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yep. Yusuke. That's actually his name. So let me try to lock in. Let me lock the hell in. Yeah, he got thrown like a sack of groceries, man. Yeah. Hey, man. I shouldn't be looking at the titles. The titles be spoiling as hell, man. They almost got me on that one. No title for me. She seems unimpressed. Or should I stomp you out? Yeah, he's he's watching. He's watching low def there. It's very, very low def, like '80s graphics low def. This is an older series, right? Not entirely clear on that. I feel like it is. I'm watching on a Spectrum right now. Everything. This is. I think this is probably late '90s, early 2000s. Manga probably 10 years before that. I'm watching everything from that to shit that came out last year, right? Currently. Quit reading my energy. Yeah, you're gonna be fighting him soon, aren't you? He fights back. That's pretty common with every hero, right? Get pushed into a corner, they push back. You know, he's more cerebral than I remember from my first time I was watching this shit. He's the thing. I was left with the impression after 7 episodes and time passing that he was basically a meathead, kind of like the Luffy moron protagonist. He's not that. This guy is smart, man. He's tactical. He thinks on his feet. His improvisational skills, like we're seeing right here, are excellent. That's right. I see. He's gonna break your wrist. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is like what Drummond did to Mark in the hallway, man. Holy shit. But this aside, where he lands on his damn head. Dude, you're done. You're wrecked. I guess it's okay to lose, right? I know what the stakes are. You get trained by somebody awesome, but like, you ain't making it out of this one. You're dead as hell. Yep. Not good enough. Everybody's got something to say. Why don't you people shut the hell up and watch? We don't need the peanut gallery, man. I mean, I want to hear what the sensei says. The rest of them, shut the hell up. But yeah, like I'm just impressed he's a lot smarter than I remember him being. You get a certain impression of somebody, and then time passes, that'll be very inaccurate, right? I'm glad because I hate the moron protagonist. Like I'm not a fan of that, man. I want somebody who's intelligent. And they play the moron shit for jokes, but then he still wins, right? Like, so it just doesn't add up after a while. What do you say? Do you say you should just quit? What are you scared? Not the "are you chicken" defense. To be fair, the guy gave him a chance. He's like, I don't want to have to kill you, man. Literally that's what he said. He's like, look, I don't want to have to kill you. You know you're done, right? Can you just quit? So he's actually kind of reasonable, man. None of these people are bad guys. They all just want to get trained by the boss, by Big Mama. Yeah. It's all the same. It doesn't matter if he's got a trick or not. You know who he's reminding me of? That dude kind of reminds me of Juggernaut. I'm Juggernaut, bitch. Yeah. He's got his finger ready, man. Talk to the hand. You don't need to see through him if he shouts. He just shouted before his attack, man. Right in the face. Didn't you see that? Am I crazy? He's like, "Rah!" Well, if you're gonna shout right before you hit him, then he's gonna know where you are, man. Dumbass. Now, are you ready to quit? Because you shouted, moron. Before you snuff it. You killed this man? Are you kidding me? What the hell? You gotta be shitting me. You dumb ass. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about with intelligence, man. He slipped that shit on you. This dude is smart. I was just talking about this. I'd rather be lucky than good, right? This is a perfect example of what the hell I'm talking about. It's not brute force. It's thinking ahead, man. Yeah. Gee, I wonder where he is. So even if he hadn't shouted. Yeah, you got played. You ain't smart. Yeah. What is this? Stewie used to say, victory is mine. Now that was smart, man. Perfect example of what I was talking about. Yeah, exactly. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Oh shit, I just realized this is in Japanese. What the hell am I doing? You know how I realized that? I wasn't annoyed by her voice. See, she's talking and I'm annoyed. The life universe is back in balance. The universe is back in balance. Everything is where the way it should be. So okay, that's yeah, that's right. Me too. We need to get that tattoo off this show. So fair enough. Yeah, yeah. It's not gonna be in the dark. It's a completely different environment. That makes sense. The light, it is so bright. Nobody likes a whiner. Hey, man. Yeah, yeah. I had forgotten, actually. Thank you for the reminder. It's been a few days since I watched this, right? So, see, those are the little things that's the way you do exposition. She's trying to be helpful because he's got a lot going on and he may have forgotten. Meanwhile, it also helps the audience who might have forgotten, which is, this guy, right? Oh, shit. God damn. Then leave. Just to say something nice about the English dub, her voiceover is really good. She is nailing this shit, man. I actually prefer her English voice to her Japanese voice, which may be the only character on the show I feel that way about. Work, goddammit, work! You need another weapon in your arsenal, man. You can't just be this all the time. This one a day bullshit, right? Then quit, man. I'm like, I don't like whiners, man. I don't like complainers. Just get in the goddamn game. Do it. We do it. We put your nose to the grindstone, man. Put your shoulder on the wheel. All this standing around crying and complaining and bitching and shit, man. Like, it just drives me up the wall, man. Let's get it on. There was a saying when I was growing up. It was, you'll make somebody hate you. And basically, it's like you're generally a person people like, but you have one thing about you that's annoying, and that one thing about you that's annoying will make somebody hate you. I just remembered that as I was talking about that. I like everything about him except that he whines too much. Stop whining like a little bitch. Yep. How about if I shove your tattoo through a tree? Would that be okay? Yeah. Why are you so invested in this, man? That's why you're okay. Thank you for explaining it the second I ask. You're a harsh taskmaster. What a terrible boss. The old voicemail joke, right? We don't do that anymore because that's not the way things work anymore. I haven't had voicemail on my phone for years. Like people don't leave me messages. Well, you're gonna regret that. Maybe that's why you don't play games. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Wow, he really is the worst boss ever. Terrible ass boss. God damn. Holy shit, man. Yeah. He floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. God damn, man. Yeah. Well, I didn't really ask what you were surprised about. And we're seeing his feet as he says this for some reason. Yeah, no chance in hell. Good. Yeah, you can't brace yourself when you're in quicksand, man. He's about to. Nice job being a punching bag. The POV shot's awesome, man. God damn, man. Yeah, thanks for the close up. God damn. Yo, not every goal is worth achieving, man. He's using your face as a speed bag. This ain't good. Yeah. He's beating you like you stole something. Oh, right in the nuts. Are we allowed to do that? I mean, I've never seen anybody do it on this show, but like, maybe it's just like you're going too far. In fact, you know what? I don't really see any nut punching or kicking in Japanese anime. Is that not kosher over there? Like, did they consider that like a gross offense? Interesting. We'll get back to that later. I don't want to get sidetracked, but I don't think I've ever seen that in anime that I can remember. Never. And I watch a lot of shit. God damn. Oh boy. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we'll just call them throwing stars. Shuriken. I do know how to pronounce it now. Yeah, I love Shuriken. I was obsessed with Shuriken growing up. I had something that was like throwing them in trees and shit. Hey, man. That's pretty good. You achieved one thing today. They're probably going to come back around. They're like boomerangs. Yeah. They're coming back around. They're coming back around. That's right. He was being a little bit too arrogant for that not to happen, right? You got to dodge again and again and again. They never stop until they hit something. It is pretty good. Look at them. They come back around again. Homing pigeons. You need to get something between you and them so that they like hit a tree or something, right? Shit. See, he was way too arrogant, man. Like that was why I was so obvious that like, what was going to happen here. You can use those things to cut your grass. Have your spirit energy on one side of the yard, throw them the low, and they'll cut your grass for you. Just saying, man. I'm trying to be helpful here. There. I mean, come on, man. You should have thought of that 20 minutes ago. It's the only solution. That or a rock. That's right. God damn. Why'd they explode? Is it made out of gas? Hey, that makes sense. Maybe you did neglect to mention that. So you're just standing here letting your shit do the work, right? What if he gets between you and the shuriken? In other words, you're standing here, he gets behind you, and they come and they hit you. That's the only other solution, right? Is those powers or are they just tools? I don't think he's random. I don't think this is special powers. I think this is a tool that you threw. The tool could have been powered by anybody. Like, you could go to Joe's shuriken shop, get him hooked up like this, and then throw him at somebody. That doesn't mean you have special powers. So I kind of disagree with him there. Yeah. Maybe I blow up his face. Yeah, there we go. Let me blow up half the crowd. You just gonna stand there? You gonna whine like a little bitch or what? What's up? The hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Wipe out his competition? He is thinking. I don't know what his plan is. He's got one though. Get wrecked. Obliterated that son of a bitch. Oh, I see what he's gonna do. I get it. I get it. He's gonna use his power to destroy his own shuriken. Okay. Good job. 10 out of 10, no notes. Yeah. I don't know how he disappeared, but yeah. I thought the dude was going to shoot, and he's making a choice to destroy him, right? I thought he would shoot at Yusuke, and then Yusuke would get out of the way, and then the blast would take him out. It's a little bit different. Same effect. A little bit different. Get wrecked, by the way. See, again, thinking on his feet, right? He used his brain to get out of a situation rather than just brute force. I have the God-given power. I am the chosen one. I'm stronger than anybody just by my very nature, right? No, he's using his brain. I like that a lot. Who cares? Which also, I don't think that's what that is. He probably went into the ground, right? Because it's quicksand, right? Yeah, okay. There we are. They foreshadowed that earlier. They showed his foot sinking into the ground. I like how when he's like, he can turn invisible, she just shakes her head. Then she gives the reason why. There was just a little moment, but I like that. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? You're gonna say it was an accident. He used his brain to get out of this. You're gonna say that's not what he did. Man, that's some bullshit. I hate that. I actually hate that. I hate that. No, I don't even care about fair. I hate that for his character. That's the shit that Luffy does, right? And these other morons. They stumble into the solution because they're idiots, right? Wow, that sucks. Yeah, I am. Yeah. We need Meathead to go down. I don't want to see these two fight. I don't know about that. Wait a minute. Okay, I got a theory. There's no way it's the guy that we think it is, right? So there's only one other choice. We're about at the end, right? So we'll talk about the end. Yeah. It's got to be his friend, man. Right? Like, yeah. There's only two possibilities here. Yeah. Yeah. I like the little face cards, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We get it. Reminded me of was it Mighty Mouse? I can't remember. It's one of those. Is this the end? At the end of every episode, the narrator would come in and hype the next episode that's going to come. Right? They show the monsters coming in and destroying the city. and you got to wait till the next episode to find out what happens. Spoiler alert: Mighty Mouse wins. There's only two possibilities here. Either his buddy has been Rando all along. If Rando can shapeshift, then he can shapeshift into somebody we know. So that's probably what's going on. The other possibility is the old Agatha Christie novel, and then there was one. It's a classic case where you start with a certain set number of people, 12 maybe. One of them's a killer, and people start dying. People start getting killed off. Well, around 5 or 6, the real killer pretends to be one of the victims, so that they take themselves off the list, and the audience is trying to figure out, okay, there's only 5 people left. One of them's got to be the killer. We know it's not our protagonist. It's probably not his girlfriend. It's one of these other 3 people. Well, then those 3 people eventually die. It's just the 2 of them. And the whole goal here, at least, and then there were none, was the killer wanted him to, by process elimination, my girlfriend has to be the killer, so I have to kill her to survive. And he refused to do it because he refused to believe it was her. And then, I don't remember the details now, who the killer was or what happens after that. But I know he was faced with the decision to kill his girlfriend or be killed by her because she has to be the killer because there's only 2 people left on the island, right? And he refused to believe it's her. And then the third person steps out. Well, hey, we thought you died 3 episodes ago. It's a classic thing. It's been ripped off so many times. Haven did it. I talked about the Haven series on one of these reactions. If you're an anime fan, go watch the live-action Haven series. 6 seasons. It's basically American anime, is what it is. You got the powers, you got the emotionality. They do great character work. And they solve their problems through problem-solving emotions rather than powers, but there are powers involved, and it's a mystery box show. You'd really like it if you've never seen it. But anyway, they did this on Haven. They've done it on so many shows where I think at least one of the Knives Out movies did this. You have a set number of suspects, and the best trick is to, the real killer is one of the people knocked off early on. So either his friend is the rando, which is what I think is going on, or one of the people who failed is the killer, rando, and it's just hanging around. Because the losers don't have to immediately leave, do they? I don't think so. Let me check this out real quick. Let me see the crowd shot here. No, it looks like it's just the people that we haven't really. I don't think we've seen it, but I think once you lose, you have to leave the premises. But I don't think we've seen that yet. So maybe they're hanging around somewhere, and even if they supposedly left the premises, doesn't mean they actually have. I guess another possibility is Rando could be the woman. It could be her all along. I admit I haven't considered that. What if Rando showed up and killed her and replaced her and is just screwing with everybody? Probably not. Well, my pick is his buddy never showed up, right? That would be hilarious if it happens because if you were to go back and rewatch this, I was talking about this on another show where it's the rewatchability of anime is pretty impressive because you see shit. Because what happened was on a previous anime I watched today, it didn't record the first 10 minutes. So I had to go and watch the rest of the episode real time, as a first reaction. And then I went back and rewatched the first 10 minutes because it didn't record. And rewatching that first 10 minutes, I saw them setting up something to happen later in that same episode. And I only saw it because I had seen it before. It was complete. I was completely oblivious to it the first time I saw it. They did some close-ups of a guy's face, right? He's like, And then you can see the moment he realizes something that pays off later in the episode. And you only see that the second time you watch it. It's impossible to notice it the first time. You only see it the second time you watch it, right? And I don't really rewatch anime because I don't have time. I don't have time to rewatch it. So I don't know for sure, but I bet most of these animes, for instance, if he is the guy, if you went back and rewatched the 4 episodes of this tournament, you would see 5, 10 different clues of he's not really the friend. Different little things, maybe little close-ups, maybe little looks on his face, maybe things he says where it's I didn't know you could do this. What is this and that? And this. Who knows if I bet the rewatchability of shows like this are really high up there because they foreshadow shit and they allude to things and they show little things where you can realize, wait a minute, this is what's really happening, but you only notice that the second time you watch it. So that's probably why most of these shows people have watched 5 or 10 times because you get so much value out of seeing it a second and third time, right? And I only realized that today, like because when I was watching, it was JoJo, right? And I rewatched the first 10 minutes after seeing the rest of the episode. I was like, man, it was right there. It was there, and you only notice it the second time you watch it. I really like that. I think that's a really cool aspect of the show, of all anime, you know. Oh shit! I just realized this is in Japanese. What the hell am I doing? You know how I realized that? I wasn't annoyed by her voice. I'll just put this part at the end. I realized I wasn't annoyed with her voice. So that's how I knew that. Wait a minute. She's speaking and I'm not annoyed. This must not be the language I'm used to. Jesus. Like, I'm watching a lot of shit, man. This is like the third different show I've watched today. I'm going to be watching another show after this. It's hard to keep track of what's supposed to be English, what's supposed to be Japanese. And I guess the setting, because I switched because the other one was lagging. So I went to a different website. This website must be automatically set up for Japanese. So that makes sense. Let me switch over here. By the way, what I like about this site is, look at this here. Hard sub. Look, you've got hard sub, soft sub, and then dub, right? Hard sub. I don't know. I just like it. It's like this is the X-rated sub, and then the other one is soft for those pansies who watch the Disney Channel, right? So you get the soft sub for the pansies, and then you got the hard sub for the hard, the heavy hitters, the rough riders, the people who can handle the language, right?